Can we hear the Chair of Budget?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I rise to oppose. And I oppose because we have had sessions with the Chair Agriculture. Honorable Speaker, yesterday, I did something that is not normally done by chairs of committees or chair of budget. I invited all the chairs yesterday, and we had a session together with my committee and the Minister for National Treasury. And we went through all these amendments. Where there were funds available, it was clear. In this particular case, there were no funds available. And we actually even told the chair, including today, I had a session today again with him, and we promised that these are things that will be factored in the estimates that will be coming. So I would request my good friend, Honorable Tiren, I know fertilizer farmers are suffering, but it cannot be sorted out in these supplementary. We want to undertake that will be sorted out in the estimates that are coming. So I beseech my good friend, as I oppose, that this one under Article 114, we would seek your guidance, Honorable Speaker, because we have had a lengthy discussion with my good friend, the Chair of Agriculture. I beg to oppose.
What the chairman is raising is very good, but it should come at the estimates, the budget estimates, which will be tabled maybe in 2 weeks' time. And if that will not happen, Honorable Tiren, I want to confirm to you, under the leadership of William Ruto, August 9th, we will reduce the price of fertilizer from 6,500 to 2,500. But for today, I oppose.
A member von Liwa, no, maybe there's a, yeah, okay.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker, you know, I sit in this committee, and Duale have just confirmed that there's money that we are taking from the livestock people. That means there's money, and what this amendment have done is to glean up from each line item so that we can get some money which is enough for farmers to get fertilizers. What this is being addressed, Mr. Speaker, is very critical. We talk of food security, but we cannot have enough food security without fertilizers, without aflatoxin being addressed, without aqua business. So all this we have done is not just take money, the whole of it, as Duale says, but we have just take 100 million here, 30 million here, to address the items which were left out. And if not funded, Mr. Speaker, the farmers will be suffering. And again, food security being one of the 4 big agendas. What are we saying in the budget if we are not addressing it? So what we are saying, and I urge members, even if you retreat to your constituency, the farmers will be crying because there's nothing. If the crops cannot be productive because there's no fertilizer, we will continue to have food shortages. So this is a clear thing. We are not robbing any poll a lot of money. It's just bit here to meet what we are trying to fund here, Mr. Speaker. And I urge you, please, this is non-political. Just fund these items so that the farmers can have a brief. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Well, Leader Majority has indicated a desire to contribute.
Yes, Honorable Speaker, while I may be sympathetic to the reasoning of the committee, it's actually for the same reason that most of these other amendments have fallen, and I would unfortunately have to oppose my chairman of Agriculture. First of all, on the numbers, and it's important that we appreciate this. The schedule that I just replaced with had already reduced vote 1162 by 1 billion. What the chair is trying to do is to say, don't reduce by 1 billion, reduce by 1.259 billion. So there's an extra reduction of 259 million. The sum total of all these other reductions from Ahitis and all that works out roughly to 286 million, plus the 259. If you then add the extra reduction in the Lamu fish processing from 400 to a reduction of 500 is a net reduction of 100. So in effect, we are reducing by 286 plus 359, which is just about under 600 billion. Yeah? Now, or 600 million, under 600 million. Unfortunately, with only 600 million available to reallocate, the chairman then goes on to allocate 200 to sugar reforms. We are left with 400. Goes ahead and allocates another 50 to coffee directorate. We are left with 350. Then goes ahead to allocate another 1.4 billion out of 350, which is unheard of. So we cannot allocate money that we don't have. If you are moving monies, you need to have moved it in a way that what you're moving is also fully funded. But what you have, you are basically creating a financing gap in this budget to the tune of 1 billion shillings, which will not be funded. So, Honorable Speaker, this House cannot sit here. Ideally, this should not even have come here because at the 114, yeah, we are actually adding additional expenditure without showing where that additional expenditure will come from. We are operating within a very tight fiscal framework. And by now doing this amendment, right, in a convoluted manner, without even looking at cut here, do there, move big figures from here, politically it might sound good. But if it throws off the entire budget by 1 billion shilling, we will not be doing our justice as a House. Because whatever we do, we are obligated by the PFM that if you cut, if you adding some amount, you must show where that amount is coming from. And on this one, unfortunately, we have a deficit just within this amendment of close to 1 billion shillings. I oppose.
Honourable members, this is an amendment. You know, so many of you, Honourable Wanyonyi, please take time to understand what is done during amendments. Don't pretend that you are the only one who represents farmers. No, unfortunately, if we have to say that everybody has to contribute to an amendment proposal, then we will not even go to the main motion. Remember, this is a proposed amendment. It's a proposed amendment. So, honour members, I put the question, which is that the motion be amended as proposed by the Honourable Silas Tiren. Will as many as that opinion say aye? Aye. As many as a counter opinion say nay? Nay. The nays have it.